What is up, guys? It is Sports back for another JJKPhantomparade video. So, I think it was like yesterday, this video got uploaded onto Twitter, And, if you guys want to watch it, you can. But basically, if we go a little bit towards the end here, they showed off a character that we're going to be getting pretty soon here. Basically tomorrow night, yeah. This Geto is finally going to be coming out tomorrow night. So, in about, I think 24 hours from now is when he's going to come out, basically. At least from the time I'm recording this, which is about 11 p.m. my time, PST. And yeah, as we can see also on Twitter here, also if you guys want even more detail, it literally says January 26th, 3 p.m. That's when he drops. UTC 9, so if you guys want to convert that. But yeah, basically, yeah, he's coming out. Pretty cool, right? So we're going to take a look at what he does. All that good stuff. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, guys. It would really help me out. We would really appreciate it as well. Trying to grow my channel here and they'll hopefully do more content that's more new and enjoyable. Once I get more I guess better resources, right? But for the most part, I'm gonna just try my best to improve myself for what I can give to you guys as well as entertainment value. It's maybe a little limited as it is. Anyways, going on to back to the game, right? Let's see. So this Geto is a support character, right? So as far as he's on tiers, right? He's a support character. He's a double S character, right? From what I've heard, though, at least before we look into what he does, from what I have heard, he is not super crazy. He's good, but from what I heard is that one, he supposedly wants to be on a green only team, and two, basically, yeah, he's good, but he's not super broken, right? Anyways, we'll see what those rumors are true or not, or basically we'll look into it ourselves here. You and me, right, guys? Also, the recollection bit, as we can see, it's right. This one with Gojo, Geto, and then I forgot what this girl's name is, but she's here too. And if we look in the tier list here, it is considered a support one, right? An SS tier, so it's one of the really good support ones that you can use. So if you guys are able to pull it up here for a multi, that's really huge. Or the new Geto, right? Because the new Geto, right? Everybody would like to get new characters that are really good, right? So yeah, good luck with something on that, right? But as you can see, right, it is a really good recollection, but 2 grabs. So we'll see also why it is so good, right? Why they put in SS tier. So yeah, Geto is green. This Team Geto. So it's characteristic here. At the start of each turn, recovers own cursed energy by 20. Okay, not too bad. Let's see. He also, when critical hit is performed, increases own taijutsu damage and jujutsu damage. Okay, that's pretty good actually. So he's not just doing one or the other; he's doing both. Which seems like he's gonna be like Team Gojo, where he's technically mixed, kind of, but not really, right? Because some of it's taijutsu, but then most of the other stuff is only jujutsu, right? That's a little interesting there. So, looking at skill 1 here, instant strike, level 1 here, deals melee combined damage equal to 100% taijutsu and 61 jujutsu. So more taijutsu than jujutsu, kind of like Gojo, right? Because he kind of went the same way. He does more for physical, but a little bit less for jujutsu. 2 hits, and then if own curse energy is 30 or above, which he might be able to do that, right? Because he starts with own 20 at the start of the turn, right? Or he recovers 20 at the start of the turn. But basically, if you have 30 curse energy or above, he increases his own crit rate by 20% at one time, which honestly, that's not too bad. An extra way so he can do a bit more damage. And then if his own curse energy is 40 or above, he increases his own damage by 20% by one time, and then the higher the own curse energy is, the greater the damage boost up to 50%. Basically meaning is that once you get to max cap curse energy, you get that 50% damage boost, which is honestly pretty big actually. Now looking at level 10, the only thing that changes here is that the damage numbers get buffed up basically. So now instead of 100 taijutsu, it's now 150. Instead of 60 jujutsu, it's now 90 jujutsu. It's also not too bad. Also, it is single target, so keep that in mind. Also, not too bad. Basically, if you the longer you just continuously use skill 1 here, basically the higher damage you're gonna do, and then you're always gonna have a crit at least one time for your first attack, right? Which is gonna be your skill 1 here. You just continuously focus on that. So also not too bad. Pretty good actually for damage, right? Now looking at skill 2 here, Curse Spirit Manipulation 1. At level 1 here, it costs 10 curse energy. Deals range combined damage equal to 50% of taijutsu and 103 jutsu to selected enemy, and increases the selected enemy's jutsu damage received by 12% 4 turns. which honestly sounds pretty good. And then if your own curse energy is 35 or above, increases the selected enemy's jutsu damage received by 12% for 4 turns, which honestly is pretty good. But only specifically for green typing, so that damage received will only be for green. So basically, if you have the Purple Hollow Gojo, he'll do increased damage to them, but if you have Teen Gojo, he won't get this increased damage boost to that the enemy will have as for the debuff, right? So as we can see already from this skill immediately, we can see why it was kind of recommended, and also why it was kind of talked about as green team only kind of like character, right? Because this literal debuff only works for green typing characters, which is really interesting. Also, another thing that's interesting too is like Gojo, Teen Gojo. Granted, his skill 2 wasn't damage skill, but his skill 3 was, right? That one was specifically Jujutsu, right? And then this one is almost there, except now it's flipped from skill 1, where now it's focusing more on Jujutsu rather than on Taijutsu, right? And then if we go to level 10 here, the damage numbers get buffed up a little bit. So now he does, from instead of 50 Taijutsu, now he does 83 at level 10. And then from level 1 for Jujutsu, which was 130, he now does 216, which is pretty big. Not to mention that the increased selected enemy's jutsu damage received by 12% gets it buffed up to 18, and then the jutsu damage received for green typing gets buffed up to 19 from 12. So pretty good buffs right there. Increases the damage numbers for quite a bit, and then most likely for most people where they're going to be at, right? Because those rainbow crystals to get them characters up to level 10. Or I think it starts from like level 9 to 10, starting with these half anniversary characters. Because I noticed with this half anniversary Gojo, I could take up to basically level, I think, 8 for skill 1 through 3, and then the ultimate starting, I think, on skill 7, I had to start using rainbow crystals to level up more. So for most people, I'm assuming, which this is either going to stop at level 8 or 9, they'll probably just get this amount, which is 75 Taijutsu, 197 Jujutsu, and then 164 damage received, and then 18 damage received if they're green typing, or if your team has damage, green damage dealers basically, right? Let me know in the comments below if you guys want me to just do level 1, 10, and then also level 7 or 8, just so you guys can quickly see because that's one thing I was noticing or thought about the other day was oh yeah, most people including me, right, are probably not going to be able to take a skill or multiple skills, right, from level 1 to immediately to level 10, right? Because it's going to take a while to get formed with those rainbow crystals, and we only have so many of them, right? So now I was thinking, okay, yeah, maybe I should, start talking about maybe level 8. So I think for this video, I'll try to mention level 8 at the very least, and if it's ultimate, I'll probably do level 7. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you guys want me to do that as well. Go through level 7 and 8 for the skills here, just so you guys can see what the damage numbers are, how far it is, from that to the max level to see what the maximum damage is. But if not, you can also let me know that it doesn't matter, right? All good there. Now looking at skill 2 here. Wait. Oh wait, what? There's 2 versions of skill 2 here? That's interesting. Yeah, there's 2 different versions of skill 2 here, which is interesting. Okay. So skill 2 here, Cursed Spirit Manipulation 2 this time. So it looks like, oh, it's actually quite different. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder why it's different. Unless, oh wait, hold on. Skill 1, skill 2, skill 2, ultimate. Oh, so I'm guessing this either means 2 things, guys. Either this means that this Geto only has a skill 1 and a skill 2 and an ultimate, but skill 2 has 2 different versions, or this is they accidentally what's the word? They had a mishap, right? They messed up and maybe they meant to put skill 3 here, but they accidentally put skill 2. I'm not too sure. Anyways, we'll read through it because it looks like it's somewhat pretty different, but also it looks also pretty similar, right? At this value. So looking at it right here, right? So skill 2, Cursed Spirit Manipulation version 2. At level 1, you deal ranged combined damage equal to 220 Taijutsu damage, so now it's focused way more on Taijutsu, and 120 Jujutsu to select an enemy, and increases the selected enemy's Taijutsu received by 12%. Okay, so basically this is, instead of focusing on Jujutsu, which was the first variation, the second variation is focusing specifically on Taijutsu. Okay. And then if own curse energy is 30 or above, so a little bit, what's the word, I guess more nicer, because you don't need 35, this one only needs 30, but it's 5 difference, right? Not that big. Increases the selected enemy's Taijutsu damage received by 12%, so the same amount, and also only for green tapping if we take it to level 10 for both. Overall, the damage is bigger on this one, actually. Deals range damage combined equal to 366 taijutsu damage now, and 199 jujutsu damage, just like the enemy, but then the damage received, this time being taijutsu focused, is still the same as the first variation. So this one technically does more damage because you get a massive boost of taijutsu, and you still get a pretty sizable, almost the same amount of jujutsu damage. So this one does do more damage. The only thing is that this is focusing more on physical taijutsu, right? So characters like, I think Green's Dory, because I think he's physical. We can quickly take a look at him, but I'm pretty sure he's physical. But someone like that, I'd imagine, would be able to benefit off of that as well, pretty well. You know, pretty good, right? Oh, it's interesting. They had, I didn't know this on the tier list. They added what is it? A new what's like border for like, because there's like a new Easy A kind of thing on JP right now. And it looks like they added this border here, which I'm assuming is to signify this is a character with their Easy A form and like where they stand in the tier list. That's cool. I didn't even notice this until right now. So yeah, because I wanted to see, because if this Itadori is taijutsu, because I think he is, then he would be able to benefit off of that. Let me see. I'm gonna just quickly skim through these. Taijutsu, skill 3, and then taijutsu, I'm assuming ultimate delta. Yeah, so someone like Green Itadori would be able to benefit off of this this Green Geto. So if you guys are very hyped about being able to use a more buffed up version of Itadori here, that would be another good option. And I'm pretty sure, I think Nanami is 50-50. Like, yeah, I think he does both taijutsu and Jujutsu. Let's see. Yeah, that one's a buff. And then let's see, melee. Yeah, so Nanami is also the same, but he's like, well, Nanami is not the same. He does 50-50. He does taijutsu and Jujutsu, right? So someone like Green Story, Nanami roster would be pretty good options there. And then I think Mahito, I don't remember if I think Mahito's both. I think he's able to do both taijutsu and, yeah, so he has taijutsu there, and then Jujutsu. Yeah, so he's able to do both, but he only has skill 1 as taijutsu. Okay. I just want to quickly take a look at that. Okay. So yeah, so looking at Geto here, so this will be able to benefit basically mainly Green Itadori, Nanami, and then a little bit of Mahito. But at the same time, with some characters like Mahito, where he does have some skills that do specifically taijutsu, and then the rest do Jujutsu, right? This could still help them out, because then you could apply, you know, maybe variation 2 for like a little bit, and then swap over to variation 1 when you're ready to blast them with someone that's focused more on Jujutsu damage, right? So you could build it either way, right? Or have it specifically where like you focus only on like Jujutsu type that's green, or taijutsu type. So yeah, you have some variation here. Or with 50-50, it doesn't matter, right? Because 50-50 would be the better option like Nanami, where either one you get, he's still going to be able to do extra damage no matter what. And that's not to say like if they only do taijutsu, actually no, that it would be the case, yeah, because if it's like Itadori, right, and then they have the Jujutsu damage received, Itadori's not going to benefit from that. He's not going to be able to do extra damage. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Extra damage to the enemy, right? But then someone like Nanami, who is 50-50, no matter what, he's doing increased damage. Now, mind you, he's not going to be doing maybe as much as them, because, you know, he could have both debuffs, right? Which I think he might be able to, but I don't know how the mechanics of this work yet, because I'm assuming we'll have to read less of the skills to be able to figure that out. But I'm assuming Nanami will be one of the better ones to be able to benefit on this, and technically Mahito, because he could do skill 1, then, you know, skill 3 or ultimate to do extra Jujutsu damage, but very interesting there, very interesting. At the very least, variation 2 does do more damage, but of course it changes the debuffs now to be taijutsu physical focused, right? Also, it does cost 10 more curse energy than the first variation, which is now 20, so that's something else to keep in mind there. Though at the same time, right, with his characteristic here, is Green Geto, he's able to get 20 curse energy off the bat every time he literally, his turn comes back around. So like, I mean, he's able to basically just spam variation either one. He's able to spam either one as much as he wants. So theoretically, you could have both. So then it wouldn't really matter as much, right? Because you could have both, if that's the case. Unless it's like somewhere a little difficult where you can't swap between these two as easily. But like I said, we'll find out as we read through the rest of this, I'm assuming. Now, ultimate here, Rainbow Dragon, level 1. Deals ranged combined damage equal to 550 taijutsu damage and 660 jujutsu damage to select the enemy. Increases own break damage by 80%. Okay, that's really massive. Sadly, it is only for one time, or it's only for one time, so I'm assuming one hit. And then increases own maximum curse energy by 40 for 4 turns. Interesting. Okay. So I'm guessing he's able to hold an extra 40, and then he recovers own curse energy by 20. So basically, by the next turn, he'll have 40 curse energy instead of just 20. And that's on level 1. And then at level 10, now we're looking at 916 Taijutsu damage and 1,999 Jujutsu damage to a selected enemy, and increases his own break damage now by 105 for 1 time for 1 turn. And then the cursed energy is the same. So that's pretty big. So this ultimate's going to do a lot of damage. It is single target though, but it's going to be doing a lot of damage. This is basically doing the same amount, if not more than... Actually, no, this is doing more than Gojo's technically, right? Oh, maybe, right? Because it does say combined. Because, you know, it's 1,000 base plus another 1,000 here almost, right? I don't know how the damage multipliers really work with combined ultimates here. Because in my head, I'm thinking it's basically 1,000 plus another 2,000 almost, so it's like almost 2,000 damage. But it could be something where it's like more of like, you take the 2, but then maybe you divide it by something, and then that like number is like has like, you know, both equal amounts of what you're actually doing with both Taijutsu and Jujutsu, right? But I'm not, like I said, I'm not too sure about how the math goes of it, because I could be wrong about the whole thinking of like it's basically almost 2,000 damage, right? Because, you know, what they do here. But that's what I'm thinking of what it is. But also, it's going to do a lot of damage, right? No matter what, it's going to be doing a lot of damage. Not to mention you get the extra like massive break damage, sadly for 1 time, which I'm assuming is going to be for 1 hit. So you probably want to do skill 2, I'm assuming, so you get so you can maximize your damage out of that. Or maybe skill 1, because you have 2 hits off of that. So 2 chances to get a crit or whatever for the break bar. Something else to keep in mind with that. Whereas these other ones are 1 hit, right? So just something interesting I thought. And let's see, so his combo ult will just increase his and the allies' damage by 10% for 4 turns, so that's not too bad, and then deals 100% range to damage selected enemy. Now, his auto skill here, Absorption. When defeating an enemy, it recovers own curse energy by 10, and then the more enemies defeated at once, the greater the curse energy recovery. The more enemies defeated at once, the greater the curse energy That's... Oh, wait, what? So... Okay, so this is basically saying every time he kills... Oh, no, when defeating... Yeah, so... It says when defeating an enemy, but the thing is that it doesn't specify... Does he have to be the one that kills... Does this green Geto have to be the one that kills the enemy? Or can it be an ally, right? Or can it be anyone else on the team? Regardless, though, this green Geto is going to be recovering his curse energy really, really easily, right, guys? He's getting 20 immediately when he... You know, at the start of the turn, he's getting another, like... 40 basically, or he's getting, well, yeah, basically he's getting 40 when he uses ultimate, and then you're getting even more from the auto skill here, right? So also, judging by these, since there's no more information about what else he does here, that's basically it, right? I'm assuming that means that the way that the skill 2 works here for variation 1 and 2, I'm guessing it's depending on how much curse energy he has, I guess? Or maybe there's a, like at this point, I'm guessing there might be like maybe you have 10 curse energy? No, but then this one says, yeah, if you have curse energy of 35% or more, right? So I think the only thing that would make sense is that maybe I think they just goofed up, guys. I think that's something that would make sense to me here. That's the thing I think that's like the only thing that makes sense to me here, because looking at the rest of his kit, there's nothing here that says that like would imply that he can swap between these two. So what I'm assuming is that they just messed up, and this is supposed to be skill 3 here, and this is just skill 2, but they goofed up a little bit. But maybe this has the same name, maybe. Granted, right? On global, when we actually get the Geto, the names do change for some stuff, not all the time, but sometimes names do change. So this could actually have a completely different name, because it does have a different icon, right? So this could totally just be skill 3, but they just kind of goofed up and they forgot to maybe fix it, or nobody noticed yet. Hey, maybe we'll notice when this video gets uploaded, right? But yeah, we'll know for sure once Geto comes out. We can look at his skills there, and then we'll see if this is probably called skill 3, maybe a different name, or maybe the same name but it has a 2 in there. But yeah, overall, he seems pretty good. Like honestly, not too bad. I can see why he's because supports in this game are either buffers and or debuffers, and sometimes some characters can do both. Whereas this Geto is technically doing he's not really doing buffs, right? He's applying debuffs, but he does buff himself a little bit, right? Whenever he does crit. Yeah, because I mean, to be honest, you're gonna be able to stack up this because I'm assuming, like I said, but I don't know if you can stack debuffs like you can stack, because in this game, right, you can stack up buffs multiple times. I just don't know if you can stack up debuffs multiple times. I'm assuming you could, because if that's the case, right, with him getting his curse energy basically 20 every turn, and then more than that, every time you kill an enemy, he's gonna be able to basically just spam skill 2 and skill 1 no matter what. Every turn he's gonna be able to spam those skills no matter what, whichever one you want, right? So you can have, what is it, like 180 jutsu damage received to the enemies, and then times that by 3, so that's like, what is that? I think it's more like 54, right? That's like 54? So you can have like 54 increased jutsu damage to the enemy, and then like, basically double that for the green typing, right? So that's like almost like 100, almost close to 200 like increased damage received to the enemy. If they're green typing, right? That they can abuse the extra amount here. Because I'm assuming you could have both, right? Jujutsu and then Jutsu for green typing specifically. I mean, even then, right? Even then, if we don't look at it as like a perspective of green typing, if you want to use them on other teams, you still technically could, right? Because you could still get this Jujutsu damage received by 18%. You can still get this Jujutsu damage received by 18% here, right? For 4 turns. And you can, you know, stack it up and stack those up, because it does last for 4 turns. So you can at least get 3 turns of that, and then, you know, 4th turn, you could, actually you could apply it again, right? Because you could apply it again and have your attacker attack at the very end, and they'd get the bonus of being able to get this stack here up to 4 times, I think. At the very least 3 times, right? So this Geto is still going to be pretty good for other teams, but he's going to be able to do way more if you're working with a solid only green team, right? So I can see why he's specifically mentioned to be working better with green characters, right? Yeah, honestly, not too bad though. If you do get him, he's pretty good. I don't think he's bad to level up. I think he's pretty good. I wouldn't say he's worth throwing your cubes out, especially with how how we don't pick it yet, right? I wouldn't really recommend it unless he's your favorite character, right? Unless he's your favorite character and you really want to get him, and you have 75 cubes ready to go. Hey, go for it, right? Go for it. You want to have fun? This is your favorite character? Oh, maybe not if you want to have fun, but like if this is your favorite character, right? If this is your favorite character, you have enough cubes, or you're gonna whale out or whatever, and you know you're gonna pay enough, or you have enough, then sure, go for him if that's what you want to do. Just know that he's gonna be available in the standard pickup later on, like the like Team Gojo. He's gonna be also in the standard banner at some point. Like these characters will be added to the standard banner, so you don't have to like wait that long. Well, maybe that's not true. You have to wait a little while, right? Because you gotta wait around like maybe a month or 2 after we get our half anniversary. But by then, right, they'll probably be added to the standard banner, and you'll have an actual chance to pull them from there for free, right? As long as you're saving up your standard banner gacha tickets. So that's another thing with this Geto as well to keep in mind. So yeah, if you guys do get him though, very cool, very good character. Yeah, I got him, very good. And if you don't, you're not really missing out on that much. He's not super crazy, but he's pretty nice, right? He's pretty nice. Now let's take a look at the recollection bit here. Also, this video's gone on for a little too long. It's a little long here, right, guys? So yeah, 50-50, 22%, 22% for your taijutsu and jutsu. When command skill, so basically if you're doing a skill or the ultimate is activated, increases all allies Jujutsu damage received by 35%. Okay. And it's only for 8 turns, and then if you have that at 3 dupes, it's now 40%. Also, it's not too bad. Basically, that means that you don't take as much damage from, like it says, Jujutsu damage by a pretty sizable amount, to be fair. And then if you have 1 dupe in it, if own HP is 50% or below, recovers own HP by 30% up to 1 time during battle. Huh, okay. So basically we have this on this Geto, right? He can heal himself, and then he's able to give all the allies reduced damage whenever you do a skill or ultimate skill. I mean, yeah, it doesn't seem that bad, you know? It seems like you have something for the team, and then you have something to help Green Geto kind of survive a little bit. Granted, it's only a one-time heal, right? No matter what, right? So whenever you reach like 50% or below, you get the 30% heal, but then that's it. You don't get it again. But you can still get the damage received by per jutsu damage. Like it doesn't sound that bad. Though personally on the tier list, I don't know if I'd really say it's an SSS tier recollection myth. To be honest, that sounds a little bit more like an S tier at the very least. Maybe not A tier. I think A tier is being a little too mean, but I think it's more of an S tier, to be honest. I don't really think it's an SS tier recollection myth personally. I mean, I could be wrong, right? Maybe this 40% damage reduction for Jujutsu damage is really huge in a lot of fights and a lot of endgame content. And that's where it's really useful, so you can kind of help yourself from your characters not getting nuked immediately. And if that's the case, okay, fine, then I can see why that could be SSS tier. But personally, for what it's doing, if this was like a heal that was a little more consistent, then I think it would be fine to be put in. I think it would be fair to be put into SS tier. But the fact that it's only like a one-time heal, and it's only 30%, that's why I'm kind of like, I think it's more of an S tier, to be honest. I think SS tier is a little too much for it. Unless, like I said, unless this damage reduction is really huge in a lot of in-game fights and it comes to clutch a lot. Mind you, it's only for one turn, right? But, you know, I could see that there's some cases where this could be like a nice little save if you really need it at that time, because you can use it whenever, right? You can essentially use this whenever. Even though there's an HN cooldown, you can essentially still use this whenever. I just don't, personally, I think this is more of an S tier recollection bit. Anyways, before we wrap things up here, I want to take a look in-game real quick. I know this is going a little bit long here, right, guys? Like the last couple ones. But if you guys are still here, thank you for, you know, sticking around. Or if you're just skipping through, I totally get that, because this video is a little long. We are getting a free multi, so keep that in mind. You will have a chance to get a free chance to get Geto here for free. I don't know how they're going to do these other 5 tickets. I'm guessing it's either going to be through the event here, or they're going to do it through missions like the Gojo, right? Because we can get 5 extra tickets for the Gojo, Team Gojo banner through doing missions like clearing the enhancement stage 100 times, and you know, yeah, stuff like that basically, right? So I'll be making another video for this tomorrow, most likely, to let you guys know what's up with that. And I'll also be doing my free multi with you guys as well, at least in that video. So, you know, make sure to be on the lookout for that, one. So I'll get that out as soon as I can. Yeah, here's the recollection bit of the Geto, very cool. There's no pity, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. I mean, it'd be super weird if there's, yeah. Cannot be carried over gachas, the gacha points, and then, yeah, looks like that's about it. Basically saying that next part of the event is coming out tomorrow, which I think gives a free recollection bit. We can take a look at that real quick. And then, you know, the new banner's coming out, right, with the new Geto, and then all that good stuff there. I didn't think I need to pull this up, but I guess I do need to, because I don't know. If we go to the timeline here in JP, because I think there's another free recollection bit from that event, kind of like how we got, you know, how we did it for the Gojo. I think it's the same thing basically, or similar, for this Geto, because I think this Geto does give a free recollection bit also. Yeah, so yeah, there's another recollection bit here. Let's look at what it does real quick from what we get, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to max it out immediately off the bat. So yeah, let's take a look at it here. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's wait. This video's already long enough. Might as well just quickly wrap this up with this. So, 29%, which I think, isn't that more than the gacha one? Yeah, that is more. What the heck? I'm assuming, because, yeah, no, oh, yeah, that's right. Because the gacha ones usually go up to level 80, and then these usually stop around, I think, 70. It could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure these stop around level 70, the free ones. Anyways, when you do specifically an ultimate skill, increases own damage though by 55%. Okay, that's not too bad. And then, but only for green typing, so like just like the gacha one for Gojo's banner. And then with 3 dupes, which whatever will be able to max out, it goes up to 65%. Mind you, it is only for 1 turn and 1 time. So, you know, you're only be able to use it on your ultimate, so I guess it doesn't really matter, right? Because it's only for your ultimate. Anyways, also it's on a 6 turn cooldown, which also isn't too bad. And at the start of the turn, we have that on 1 dupe. If own curse energy is 30 or above, which with Geto is pretty easy, granted you'll probably have to wait 2 turns to be able to activate this. Increases own critical hit rate by 20% for 1 turn. That's not too bad, I guess. That's not too bad. Technically you can use this on all other characters, like Nanami wouldn't be too bad, because of the crit rate in there for him. You have some increases own damage though, so he'll be able to benefit from that. You can maybe check this on Itadori if you wanted to, though it's probably not his best one. Honestly, not too bad. I do wonder where it stands on the tier list, but I imagine it's probably not that high. What does it look like again? It looks like that's Gojo pointing at Geto. Oh yeah, it's mixed, right? So it'd be on the right side here. Yeah, it's a S tier. Yeah, I think that makes sense. It does give a pretty sizable damage buff, and then it gives you like an extra crit buff as well, which is pretty nice. Which it shouldn't be too difficult to achieve, especially with Geto, because Geto just pumps himself with curse energy by a good amount, especially if you get kills. So it's gonna be pretty easy to achieve, I'd imagine. Yeah, also pretty good. Not too bad. Also, the one from the Gojo one was also really good too. The free one that we're getting, granted it's an A tier, but I thought from what it gives you for the most part, it's pretty good. Pretty good curse energy recollection bit as another one to level up. So yeah, I'd say honestly the ones we're getting for free have been pretty good. And then I guess we can take a quick little peek now that, you know, before we wrap things up. So the last one we're getting with, you know, Toji, which is going to happen next week, right, guys? It looks like there's no event, there's no free recollection event that comes with this Toji, but then after that we get some tower stuff and some other content from there. So there might be like another random event, probably from before the half anniversary, because there's some, mind you guys, there's still events we're still missing from before half anniversary that they kind of skipped because, you know, whatever. I don't remind too much, but yeah, because we still have the Den Mall edition map events, and I think there's 2 or 3 of them that we still have to get. So I could see them totally giving us those probably next week around the time Toji comes out, maybe. So that we'll probably get that as content most likely coming up here soon. And then maybe like 1 or 2 more things, and then we'll start heading into post that anniversary, pre-first anniversary JP content, most likely, with including banners and stuff. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. For the most part, though, it won't be too much. If you guys want, I can maybe, if you let me know in the comments below if you guys want me to make a specific separate video covering all the events basically leading up to a first anniversary. For in this case for global, it would be half anniversary, our official one, right? So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you guys want me to make a video like that, just to see what all the characters, banners, and all the events coming up until then are gonna be, so you guys can also just have that in one video. So let me know if you guys want that. With that being said, though, I'm gonna head on out. This video was way too long. Would really appreciate, though, one more time, if you guys would like, comment, subscribe. Would really help me out. Would really appreciate it as well. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel here. Just see where things go. Hopefully things go well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the content. Good luck with your summons tomorrow, guys. Hopefully you guys get the most luck you guys can get, or as much luck as you guys can get for your summons, and get who you guys are looking for. But with that being said, I'm heading on out. Peace and take care, everybody.